cloudy and warm Thursday morning in Northeast Ohio. Welcome on into the bullpen. I'm Adam the Bull. He's Dustin Fox. And we've got Levi and Alex with us today and plenty to get to right here in the bullpen. Brought to you by Bet Rivers. If you're not using the Bet Rivers app, you are missing out. Dustin, what's going on, man?
Oh, not too much, Adam. Good morning. How we doing? Missed you. My voice kind of cracked there. Missed you yesterday on the UCSS show. I feel like I haven't seen you on UCSS in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I actually had a doctor's appointment, a follow-up on my surgery because it was 3 months. So I had to go to that yesterday, which was really good because all my blood numbers are, like, everything that was out of whack is now good. Except for one thing. I have one thing with my iron that's a little high. I don't know, but it's not a major concern. But outside of that, like my A1C, which is what, if you're diabetic, it's over, I think it's over 6.6. And I had been borderline diabetic for a number of years. And then about a year ago, I crossed over the Rubicon into being diabetic. And I had an A1C, for those who know these things, of right before my surgery, I was in the high 7s, which is, high. And now they just did my A1C, and it's down to 5.5. So my diabetes is now considered in remission, which is great. I may be able to come off my high blood pressure medication and my cholesterol medication in the next few weeks. So I'm very excited about this.
That's awesome, man. Good job. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. So that was worthy of not working yesterday to get a lot of that info. But there's plenty of sports info to talk about. We will get to the Browns in a little bit. But yesterday was day 2 of the NBA draft. How were you that into the NBA draft, or not really? 'Cause you knew the Cavs
was I
weren't getting
into
anybody
it? No.
later.
No, I might have watched 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, the Cavs got an interesting player. Mikey McNuggets. He knows of anybody I know. He knows the stuff the best.
I know.
And the guy the Cavs took, so the Cavs you traded out of the first round probably because the guys they wanted at that point were not there, and they thought the guys they still were interested in they could get in the second round. Meleek Thomas out of Arkansas is a guy that Mikey McNuggets mentioned a few times, and that's the guy they take with the 34th pick in the draft. I think there was a time where you kind of ignored second-round picks because there were such long shots. And obviously, it's not like a million second-round picks pan out. But I think they do more – well, not I think. They do pan out more often than they used to back in the day. I think part of that is because there's so many good international players and guys play longer in college that there's guys that end up dropping a little further down. But anyway, this guy – has certainly some potential. He's a really good shooter and a great athlete.
Funnily enough, not to interrupt you, but it's one player that actually watched play some college basketball.
Oh, yeah?
I watched Arkansas play quite a bit, at least a half a dozen games probably last year for some reason. And part of the reason was because my partner at ESPN does college hoops for SEC, and so I'd watch a bunch of the games that he did, and I got to see this player. He's an undersized guard, but, I mean, a scorer, and he's a lights-out shooter.
Yeah, I mean – I don't know that they needed an undersized guard. They've already got those. But, at that point, you take the best player available, right? I mean, that's the wise thing to do, and they thought he was the best guy. So, okay, we'll see what kind of a contributor he can be. He only played 1 year in college, right?
I believe, yeah. Or did he play 2? Is he a sophomore or is he a freshman?
I guess I should have prepared for that beforehand.
So 1 year. You're right. You're right, Bull. Sorry.
I thought that was it, but that's all right. I put you on the spot there.
No, you're good.
Knowing if you knew the answer.
But he's got a quick release. And Kobe Altman, after they picked him, just talked about it. He's like, this kid just can – he's very confident.
Yeah.
Not like he's like got an ego or anything, but he's just a very confident player. And he shot like 42% from 3 last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a young guy. He's going to celebrate his 20th birthday in about 6 weeks. You know what's so goofy about the NBA draft is that all these players get drafted. They list the team that drafts them. And 9 out of 10 times they're not on that team. It's so stupid.
We had this discussion yesterday on UCSS. You were off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why do we do this? And
I know.
Obviously it's because the league year doesn't start until July. But it's silly. We all know.
Yeah, just change it.
I mean, do they still do the pictures with the hat in the team that actually, they're not going to play for?
Yeah.
Like, remember the infamous
Right.
Kobe Bryant with the Charlotte Hornets? It's like,
I
dude,
know.
you're not going to play for that team.
The Cavs had the pick right before that.
Before what? Kobe?
Kobe, yeah.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, I gotta. Let me go back to this because I'm trying to remember now who they took because it was not somebody good. It was the
96 draft, yeah.
Yeah. So Kobe Bryant went 13th. The Cavs had the 12th pick in the draft.
And they took who?
Vitaly
Potapenko. Yeah,
Potapenko.
Wright State.
Yeah, that didn't work out well.
No, it did not. Not quite like Kobe Bryant.
Then again, if as great as Kobe was, if you had Kobe, you would not have gotten LeBron James probably.
Funny thing is Potapenko actually went to Boston, and he had like a half a good season in Cleveland,
Yeah,
and then another good year in Cleveland. Then went to Boston. He had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year run where he scored almost. I mean, he had 2 years where he scored 3 years where he scored 28 points a game. Potapenko. And he played Vitaly Potapenko.
No, you must be looking at something.
Oh,
else.
I'm looking at minutes per game. I'm a dummy.
I'm like 28 points.
Sorry.
I mean, he was a serviceable
he scored
guy.
10 points a game.
Yeah, right.
I'm not very smart. I'm sorry. I'm on Basketball Reference. Why did they put minutes per game right next to the game started?
I have no idea.
Put points right there.
Yeah.
Idiots. All right, my bad. Yeah, that makes no sense. So, he was a bust.
Yeah. I mean, he played in the league a while, but
10 years.
He was not. He was just a guy. And yes, he was no Kobe Bryant, unfortunately.
No, he was not.
But so the Cavs get Meleek Thomas. We'll see how they work him into the mix. The fact that they traded down and made a pick in the second round instead of late in the first round saves them, I believe, about $2 million on the cap, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they're trying to get out of the second apron. So in theory, they could make some moves. Maybe significant moves. Who knows? Obviously, there's a lot of rumors about, and these days, like, who knows what's true and not? I have no idea. But there are rumors about Jaylen Brown for Evan Mobley. I don't understand why anybody would be against that. That, to me, seems like a no-brainer for the Cavs.
Absolutely silly. I don't understand that either.
Yeah. I understand Mobley's younger, but Mobley's probably 5 years younger than Jaylen Brown, maybe more. I'm not sure, but
I mean, Jaylen Brown, and we talked about this yesterday again. Sorry to keep bringing that up, but
no, go ahead.
Jason Lloyd and Mikey both agree that it's probably higher than 50%, like even more like 70%.
Yeah,
that Jaylen Brown will never play another game for the Celtics again.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, Chris Mannix talked about it on his show.
Yeah.
This is a possibility. It's one trade that, for whatever reason, maybe because we just watch him play all the time and we're looking for his flaws, and he's kind of been the whipping boy in Cleveland, is like Evan Mobley is around the league, very well perceived and well liked, and people absolutely respect his game and think he's a hell of a player because he is a hell of a player.
He is.
We just take him for granted.
Right. But he's not as good as Jaylen Brown.
No, and he's not as good as we thought he would be, and not as good as everyone said he was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe in another spot he'll be even better. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a better fit. I don't know. But to me, this is a no-brainer. Evan Mobley, in terms of age, just turned 25 last week, and Jaylen Brown turns 30 in the spring. So, he's a little less than 5 years older. That's the only thing in Mobley's favor. But, man, I mean, Brown obviously coming off the best year of his career, finished sixth in the MVP race. 29 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, now you're talking. And the guy has never really missed. Like, he's always been relatively healthy. The least amount of games he played, not including the COVID years, in the non-COVID seasons, the least amount of games he's ever played in a year was 63 in the 24-25 season.
Okay.
So the guy's been healthy, and even in the COVID seasons, he didn't miss much time. So the guy's been healthy his whole career. Obviously, excellent shooter, solid 3-point. He just does everything well. He does everything well. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, that'll be something to keep an eye on as we go forward. Let's switch gears to the NBA, or excuse me, to the NFL, where we are obviously a month away from training camp. I saw an article on ESPN this morning about where they ranked all 32 NFL teams in terms of skill position talent: wide receiver, running back, tight end. You want to guess where the Browns ended up out of 32 teams?
Sure. 31.
All right, close. Bill Barnwell made this list, just so we know who did it. They were 30th.
Okay.
Which is worse than last year, which I don't understand. I don't understand how they're worse than last year, because listen, they're unproven players, but you spent high draft capital on 2 wide receivers, and Harold Fannin is now at least a 1-year proven entity, and Quinshon Judkins is to some degree as well. But listen, the Browns should be near the bottom, but the only 2 teams below them are the Giants and the Dolphins, and I would argue the Giants should be ahead, but maybe because Malik Neighbors and Scadaboo are both coming off injury, that's why they're lower. Rest of the AFC North, for those who may be interested, are all in the Steelers are 21st. The Ravens are 16th, and the Bengals are 3rd in terms of skill position talent. Who do you think's number 1? Bengals are 3rd. Who are the 2 teams ahead of them?
I have no idea.
The Rams and the Lions.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the top 5 is Lions, Rams, Bengals, Falcons, and 49ers, which I'm a little skeptical of. But they actually have the Cardinals 6th, which is crazy. Doesn't include quarterback. So anyway, do you feel – I mean, I feel better about the Browns skill position group today than I did a year ago. How about you?
I'm trying to think about to a year ago. Yeah, I would say you have to, don't you? Because
I mean, I don't last
especially
year,
especially receiver.
Right. I mean, Jerry Jeudy was coming off a good year, and this year he's coming off a bad year. But Concepcion and Boston were both high draft picks, so I'm optimistic about it. Not that it's a guarantee, but they both look good so far for whatever that's worth. It's a positive. And they're both high picks, which the Browns haven't generally done, spend high picks on wide receivers. I love what Harold Fannin did as a rookie, and I expect him to be just as good, if not better. I think Quinshon Judkins was solid as a rookie. I expect him to be better.
Assuming he's healthy, yeah.
Assuming he's healthy. And I think Isaiah Bond showed some promise as a rookie and getting a lot of hype right now. So while the Browns have, outside of Harold Fannin, I'd say no short things, I am more optimistic about the Browns' skill position talent than I have been for a while.
Yeah, the only problem is, again, who's going to throw the football to these guys?
Yeah,
well, that's the biggest concern. But I do feel good about the running game, and I feel good about the offensive line. So I think the running game will be better this year than it was a season ago.
And I think, even though I question certainly the whole quarterback situation, I do think the quarterback is going to have more of a puncher's chance because the talent around him, as you mentioned, both at the offensive line and wide receiver, is better. They have better talent. It's going to give, even if, and I'm going to say Shedeur Sanders because I think he should start, but even if Shedeur Sanders turns out to be a backup quarterback or a lower-tier starter and not the franchise quarterback we hope he can be, I still think he'll have more success than he did last year this year because the talent is better around him. He has more of a chance. I've said it consistently. No matter what you think of Shedeur Sanders, and he was not very good last year, it would have been hard for any quarterback, especially any rookie quarterback, to have much success with the talent that he was playing with last year, especially by the time he went in and the offensive line was completely decimated.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Are you worried, by the way, about Judkins coming back off that injury? It was pretty significant injury.
I mean, I guess I would think by the time we get to the season he'll be all right. But
I'm just
yeah,
saying. I mean,
yeah. Are you? Well, you played the position, not professionally, but
no,
you
I
played the
know, but I
position in
mean,
college. So what do you? I mean,
snapped his leg, right?
yeah, that's true. You didn't play. Did you ever play running back in college? You didn't play running back.
No,
Ever,
I
did
could
you?
have though. I was
Yeah.
offered,
But you played in
to
high
be
school.
D1 to play running back. I was a better running back than I was a defensive back.
Do you wish you would have stuck with running back?
I probably would not have played running back at Ohio State, so I'd say no.
Okay. Well,
Um,
who offered you? I forgot. For running back.
Michigan State did.
Oh, okay.
That was one team. I mean,
Yeah.
there were others, but that was probably one of the bigger because it was Big Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were other schools, but dude, I was all state tailback
Nice.
back-to-back
And
years. So
was there anybody else your year from Ohio that turned out to be an excellent running back?
well, I mean, we from like Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Maurice Hall was like Mr. Everything
Right.
and played for Ohio State. You know, obviously did a lot for us as a running back.
Yeah.
And we had Mr. Football my senior year was a guy named Jeff Backus out of Upper
that
Arlington.
Yeah.
Was teammates with Simon Frazier, who played with me at Ohio State. But Jeff was Mr. Football, and he went to Northwestern, where he played, and he's now a very, very successful doctor in Columbus, surgeon in Columbus.
Good for him.
Yeah, as is Simon Frazier.
So,
Doctor in
he's a
Columbus.
doctor also.
Yeah.
Jeff Backus. He went to Ohio State and then transferred to
No,
Northwestern?
he went to Northwestern out of high school. But I was thinking of some guys that were really good running backs, and those two come to mind for sure as two of the better ones. Because I played in like the Ohio Pennsylvania All-Star game, so it was like all the best players. Is called the Big 33 game. They don't play it anymore. It did forever.
Why did they stop playing?
I don't know. It was played in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It was played for I want to say 40 years.
Wow.
And at one point, there was never a Super Bowl played that didn't have a player that participated in that game.
That's pretty wild. I mean, it's two of the outside of Florida, Texas, and California. They're probably the next two states in terms of talent, right?
Yeah, I mean Texas, Ohio, PA, Florida, California. Yeah.
Louisiana's gotten pretty good. Georgia are up there, probably. Next.
Yeah, I would say so.
New Jersey's gotten better or has been pretty good. It's so funny how that works. Like New Jersey has great football talent, and New York doesn't, even though New York's a big state generally, and New York has great basketball talent, and New Jersey not known as much for basketball. It's weird how those things happen, I guess.
So the year that I played in that Big 33 game, the running back for Pennsylvania was a guy by the name of Kevin Jones. Remember that name?
Yeah, he played in the
for
NFL.
Virginia Tech, first round pick of the Lions.
Yeah.
And had some injuries with the Lions, but dude, I'm telling you, I've never in high school, this is high school, I've never seen a player as jacked. Like he looked like he was in the NFL as a senior in high school.
Damn. That was a welcome to college football moment, I think.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I remember this. I mean, he took his shirt off. Like it was like, this guy is in the league.
Yeah.
He's 17, 18.
Did every kid that played in that game end up going to a major program, or just about every kid?
I
bet
most
of
the
them
roster.
did. Unless guys got hurt or something.
I mean,
whatever. Did you guys win that game?
We did. We won the game. Let's see.
Oh, you got the box score, huh?
Yeah, the box score right here. No, we lost 31-29.
Damn.
Robbie Gould hit a game-winning field goal.
Oh, wow. Your same year as Robbie Gould, huh?
Yeah. So our roster that year, I'm trying to think of who our running backs were.
So you didn't play running back in the game?
Not in that game, no.
Okay.
I played defensive back.
Okay.
Well, you'll appreciate this, though.
Yeah.
When I played in the U.S. Army All-American game, a lot of players from that game were draft picks.
Right.
Let me give you a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
From that game, if I can find.
And this is when they were in high school? When you guys were in high school? Or this?
Yeah, so this is like I think the game was played in it was after the season, but I was still in high school, but it was before I went to Ohio State.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy, dude. U.S. Army All-American. There were so many guys in that game that ended up getting picked in like the first round, dude. This was the first ever game in 2000. We played the game in Highland, Texas, which is a huge like football rich town in Texas, of course. Yeah. And they had like this school we played at had a full 100-yard indoor facility that we practiced at, which was insane.
Yeah.
So like I'm showing you some guys. Marlon Jackson was a first round pick. Kevin Jones was a first round pick. Let's see some of these other guys that were pretty good. I was drafted. Pierre Woods out of Michigan.
Right. Yeah.
Was a draft pick. Leon Williams out of Miami.
What happened to Pierre? Pierre used to come on our show all the time. I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know what's going on with him.
No. The West had Cedric Griffin, who played at Texas, Tommy Harris, Oklahoma, Derek Johnson, Texas, Marcus Spears from LSU, Andrew Whitworth, LSU.
Ooh.
Derek Anderson played for the Browns. I picked him off in the game.
Nice.
Sean Cody, remember that name? USC.
Yeah.
Those are some of the notable players that played.
Some big names there.
Yeah.
Was
way back.
All right, cool. Going down memory lane here.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Whitworth.
We talked about Tressel's going into the Ring of Honor at Ohio State.
Yeah. Why did it take so long?
I don't know. I mean,
Jason thought it was because of how it ended and they needed time for it to cool down, but like nobody cares at this point.
But it could have probably been done 5 years ago.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's been a while since anybody was cared about.
There's not a person that thinks about Jim Tressel anymore that thinks that he's like a bad guy.
No,
or did something wrong. Everyone just laughs about it, and they think how ridiculous it is that he had to resign over these tattoos and these players selling their rings and gold pants.
With all the things that have happened since then, it seems so ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous at the time, let alone now. All that's happened since. But
who's the college football writer for CBS Sports that we always used to make fun of because he hated Tressel and thought he was like the devil?
Oh, isn't it the guy from Indiana?
No, not Greg Doyle.
Oh, it's not coming to me.
Dennis Dodd.
Right.
Dennis Dodd, man, he wrote like Tressel was Satan.
Yeah, it was
after that scandal.
It was pretty crazy.
Which was not even a scandal. I mean, it was nothing.
Yeah, if you told the college player about that now, because I'm sure most college players wouldn't even know what that is. And he'd be like, the coach got fired because players sold their pants and rings, and then they'd be like, what? Especially with all the money flying around college football now. Anyway, final thought, the Guardians do salvage. Obviously, they are really struggling playing lousy baseball. They do salvage the finale of the series with the White Sox. Even after blowing the game, they were up 3-1 in the ninth, and Kate Smith, who 2 games in a row has blown the save. Fortunately for the Guardians, they were able to come back and win this one in the 10th inning after blowing the lead. Khalil Watson, who came up and started, I think 0 for 12, has been pretty good. I got to see more of him before people are going a little crazy, but he came through and he had a great series. I think he had 7 ribbies in the series, including the RBI single that gave them the lead in the 10th. But good job by the Guardians, and Sean Armstrong got out of trouble. It was he had a runner on third, 1 out in the bottom of the 10th, and he got the 2 outs against 2 decent hitters to get out of it. But the White Sox still win the series.
You know what, though? It was nice to get the win because it wasn't looking good at all in that series. And obviously the Guardians, they could have won the series. I mean, they lose a game in 2-1, and then they lost a game where they had the lead.
They blew.
So that's 3 games.
Again, the American League is hideous. Only the Yankees and Rays are more than 3 games over 500. The White Sox and Guardians are tied for first, 3 games over 500, and they're tied for the 3rd best record in the American League. It's nuts. In the National League, they would be tied for the 8th best record with the Marlins, who are not in the playoffs, but in the American League, especially in the American League Central, only the Yankees, the Yankees are the only team in the entire American League that has a run differential better than +8. I don't even know how that's possible. But that's what it is. But they salvaged the last game, and now they come home after this what was a very long road trip. The Guardians come home after a day off today. They'll begin a 3-game series with the Mariners. And it's a long homestand after a long road trip. 3 with the Mariners, 3 with the Rangers, and 4 with the White Sox. They'll play 10 straight days starting tomorrow. And then it's one more week before the All-Star break after that. It'll be Joey Cantillo against Luis Castillo tomorrow at 7:10.
Is it Cantillo or Cantillo?
Cantillo, sorry. I was just trying to rhyme it with Castillo and Cantillo.
You had me for a second thinking that I was like
no, it's
McNuggets.
Cantillo, but I wanted it to rhyme. Saturday at 7:10, Slade Ciccone and Logan Gilbert. And on Sunday, Gavin Williams and George Kirby. You are facing some really good pitching right now. Luis Castillo has been a great pitcher in the past. He's not very good anymore. But, he's still been an excellent pitcher. Gilbert's really good. Kirby's really good. After that, you start the Rangers series with Jacob deGrom, Mackenzie Gore, and Nate Eovaldi. So tough pitchers there. So it'll be a challenge for the already anemic bats of the Guardians to get going. They've only scored more than 4 runs one time since June the 8th. They've scored more than 4 runs one time since June the 8th. So we're talking about over 2 weeks where they've scored more than 1 run, and that was an 8-1 win over the Astros this past Saturday. That's been it. All right, thanks everybody for joining us today. I'll have a Q&A podcast tomorrow, so if you have any questions that you want answered, send them to me on Twitter, and I'll answer any questions about anything tomorrow in the bullpen. Dustin and I will be back on next week, Tuesday and Thursday. I'll have Joe Thomas on the show on Wednesday as well. Thanks to everybody that jumped in today. Thanks to Levi and Alex for producing today. We'll talk to you next time, where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.
Go USA tonight. Go USA.
Oh, yeah, it's tonight. Let's go.
10 o'clock.